Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this journey today. Today we have here Joey Deanda. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Dude, I appreciate
Appreciate it.
you for coming back for a reshoot. I'm learning myself. We're not all perfect, learn from the mistakes, but man, you got an impressive portfolio. You got nutrition, you got kickboxing, boxing, you have that physique. That speaks for itself. Like, that's the dream bod right there, dude,
Thank
for
you.
sure. And you have a lot of medals. Dude, I,
Thank you.
I have lack of words to express how impressed I am, and I really want people to check out your Instagram because
Oh,
it's
thank you.
amazing, dude.
It's been a lively journey. I've loved every step of the way so far.
Dude,
So I think starting off from the grassroots in like the trenches and the hard ships and all the training and discipline, that is like a set solid foundation that I try to create to build off of. And then from there it's just boom, just build, 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 build. And then from there it's like sky's the limit.
absolutely, dude. And when you were doing this kind of motion, that reminded me of that little clip you have on Instagram of you breaking cinder blocks, I believe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Dude,
had to do that. That was for my first degree black belt test.
holy
And
shit.
thank you. The requirement was actually just one, but I really wanted to challenge myself. I was like, what if I just tried three? And so my instructor, he showed me like different exercises and ways to condition the knuckles and different parts of the anatomy to where it would build up enough calluses. And so pretty much like you shatter that bone, and once the bone repairs itself, it's like a harder, thicker bone structure. So
Okay.
then it can withstand more pressures of force, and you're able to actually like put any sort of like pressure and any sort of like excessive amounts of weight to it, and it wouldn't affect it, and it would be tougher to break.
Okay, so in a way, hurting yourself makes you stronger.
Gradually, yeah, you want to do it gradually, but you don't want to do it too excessively to where you're like risking injury every day. So just enough to where you're getting a little bit of a nick here and there, but nothing too extreme to the point where you're completely injured and now you have to postpone your training for a couple weeks or a month, and then now you're set back even further.
Okay.
So
Dang.
like gradually, yeah.
So you must have tough bones, correct?
I try to. I like every day I try to condition myself a little bit more, better and better, trying to push myself. I'm still like in my eyes, I'm still trying to like, you know, perfect everything, perfect my craft, perfect my arts. Just every day I'm just like, I don't really believe in like settling, because then once you settle, then you lose sight on what's important in life. So
Absolutely.
if you lose that vision, then you don't really have direction where you're going. And so I've always liked to make sure I have vision, I have direction, and then apply myself, whether it be in hard situations, hard spots. But I know that through all these hard spots, that's what builds me up.
Dude, I love that. Oh my God. I love that. So you were here, now you're here, and you're trying to go up here, and then there's more up ahead, but you're just focused on right here before going up here, right?
Right. And
Okay.
like now you're seeing what's next, so you achieve this, and which is great accomplishments, but you have to really set your sights on what's next now, because I don't want to get hyper focused on one thing and then get carried away, and then now I lose track on the next goal, the next objective. So that's why it's kind of like, okay, so this is accomplished, now what's next?
Okay, that's good. So
Yeah.
how do you maintain focus on one thing instead of, focusing on a bunch of other things?
So one is just you be very disciplined, and two is you have to measure out the pros and the cons and the accomplishment. So if the pros outweigh the cons, then I'd say it's worth it. And because all as people, we all have dreams, we all have passions on what we want to do.
Of
And
course.
so you have to just find what you're passionate about, what you want to do, and what's meaning to you. So what's important to you may not be as important to me, and what's important to me may not be as important to you, but we still have to try to at least try to find out what's important for us, like as people. So that's why it's kind of like we don't really need people's like standards or
Opinions.
Yeah, like decide where we're going to go. So we have to make that decision where we go.
Yeah, it's all you. It's all you. So,
Yeah.
in regards to that disciplinary action, that requires sacrifice, right?
Right. Yes, absolutely. No distractions. You just have to hone in, so me, I like, I had to cut connections with some people because I knew that in the long run, they would be doing me a disservice because they would distract me from where I wanted to be. And then other times it was like I needed some other motives to want to go towards my next accomplishment.
Man, that must
And so
sting.
it does a little bit. And then you had to discipline, your lifestyle. So now it's like, okay, instead of going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, now because I'm going to compete in this event coming up, now I got to go in 4 or 5 times a week and then rest most importantly, and then get that recovery. And then from the recovery, that's where you'll get like all the results, because you're giving your body time to repair itself. And then once it repairs itself, now you're feeling 100%. The next week, now I can level up more.
Okay. And how important is rest, and how much rest should you get? Like in regards to sleep and I guess the workout week. Like you work out 3 times a week.
Right.
Can
I
you?
would say,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's okay. I would say you want to rest at least, like, depending on what you train or how you train, you want to rest at least a good 8 to 10 hours, and making sure that you're giving your body the proper fuel, the proper nutrients. So protein is good for recovery. So I try to consume a lot of protein, and then carbohydrates are good for energy. Calories are good for energy. And so because I'm having to balance out not only training, but also working 10 hours. So you have to balance training and then working 10 hours. So you have to consume a lot of calories and carbohydrates to make sure that you level out each day.
Okay.
So it's so you kind of have to do like a balance. There's a sweet science behind it, but you just have to do your research. And it just based on whatever your goals are, whatever weight you're trying to reach, you just have to make sure that all those demands are met through not only nutrition, but also how much work you put in outside of work and outside the gym.
So it seems like, because it sounds like each person has their own body type, of course, and you're saying whatever you're trying to achieve, do the research. I can't give you all the answers, but I could certainly help you get there, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and
Yeah,
that's where you come in as a trainer, correct? And a nutritionist, right?
Right. Yes. So whatever your goals are personally, I would have to try to specifically find nutrients or workout routines that would benefit you reaching your goals specifically, because everyone has different goals where they want to go.
Okay.
Whether it be bulking, putting on size, or whether it be cutting down, leaning up, getting trimmed, or even just simply weight loss. I mean, anything.
Okay.
So it really just depends on the person.
So I've never had a nutritionist or a trainer. It's always been myself. How do you do your job? I guess you could say. Do you like text me? Are you like by my side, or is it like online type thing? How do you do your services?
I currently do all the above right now. So just based on your schedule. So I would try to work my schedule around your schedule.
Okay.
And if you want me there in person, we can try to arrange something. I think maybe commute may be a factor because right now I currently reside in Orangeville right now, Fair Oaks area. So anyone that would be maybe like 2 hours away, it may be a little difficult.
Okay.
Or we can arrange something like maybe on my days off or something, but that would have to be something that would have to be discussed and we could have a conversation.
Okay.
But yeah,
So it's definitely more so of like get in contact with me. We'll see what we could work out.
right, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
just communication. Yeah,
That's dope, man. I like that.
yeah, yeah. But even I understand, sometimes your daily life sometimes may get in the way of other things or your training. So if you need me to just text you or send you like a workout routine or meal plan, like that's totally available also.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you also train in martial arts? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
So, do you train in like, I guess, workouts and martial arts?
Yes, I do.
Interesting.
So
So,
whatever it is.
how did you start this journey of yours?
I originally started when I was 5. My mom wanted to show me some discipline. So she entered me into a karate school. And so I started taking karate from when I was 5. And then I believe all the way until I was 10 or 11, that was when I started having some like family issues, unfortunately. And so that caused me to move. And so moving, I wasn't able to get the full amounts of training as I did before. So that kind of threw me off. And I had to put martial arts on the back burner a little bit. But then once I moved back to my hometown in Lodi, then I was able to get back up on the horse again and then continue my training again. And then I not only continued in karate, but then I started doing kickboxing. And then I started applying boxing. So my instructor, he instructs in kickboxing and karate. And then I started going to other different boxing gyms to learn the art of boxing because they all have their beneficiaries towards their art and, different types of styles because styles make fights. And I want to make sure that I'm well-rounded and adding more to my arsenal.
Okay.
And I try to be, I like to be very strategic when I'm in the ring and where I compete. So I like to make sure that I have different angles and I'm more of like a sniper, just picking my shots instead of going in there like a old warrior, just swinging over my head and trying to just kill everyone in sight without any strategy. Cause then there's no strategy. So
Just
then
going ham.
that's it. Right.
It cut off in a good place. So
Okay.
this could work. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I guess I got to get new
Perfect.
internet or something. So, um,
That's okay.
you go to different boxing gyms in Lodi or different cities?
It was different cities. So at first I was going to several in Stockton. I went to Fat City Boxing for a little while. That was owned by Yaki Lopez. He was a professional boxer.
Okay.
And he was big in like the 70s and the 80s. I think he had his last fight in 1989 or 84, I believe. But he started training people. And like all due respect, I didn't mind the gym, but I needed to find a coach to where I can find like some sort of connection with. And we had a great connection. It was great, but just I started seeing other gyms, and then this other gym the schedule and the pricing was a little bit better. So I started going to Chavez Boxing Gym, which is in Stockton also. So that was pretty good. And the coaches, actually, the coaches were pretty decent. They wanted to work with you, and I felt their passion when they wanted to teach. So that was what I need. I needed someone with passion, and then of course a relationship between athlete and coach. Make sure that we're both on the same wave, and make sure that we're both trying to better each other. Well, me being a good student, and then him shaping me up into be an elite fighter. So that's the end goal for me. And I just felt that gym was it. But then now I moved now. So now I'm having to still commute there.
Oh, so you still go there?
So still go there. But I'm still trying to find other gyms in this area. So hopefully I can find one.
Okay. Well, shoot. So basically, you're looking for like a mentor that has the same kind of vision or goal as you. Like they try to, I guess, see something in you that you can accomplish that which you see as well.
Yeah, kind of. You just feel like that connection, that chemistry, that between a coach and a student. You just feel it,
Absolutely.
and like that click.
Yeah, I felt that way before. Like when I was in sales, there was this one dude. He kind of related to me in some ways, but we don't really talk anymore because stuff goes on. They got
Yeah.
kids. I don't have kids myself, but it seems like kids push people away. But this isn't
Right, you
about
gotta balance
kids.
family and everything. Yeah.
So, starting from 5, stuff happened, and then you're like, I want to get back into this. You really enjoy doing this, correct?
Yeah. I I swear I do. Like from 5, I just felt like a passion, and I don't know what it is. I just feel like it's one of those traits where you have it or you don't, and I've got it.
Interesting.
I just feel like I have it. It's in me.
Fascinating. So,
Yeah.
like a God-given gift?
It see it just it's like just like this drive, this passion, this passion. I don't know where it came from. I just don't know where it came from, because I look back in all my ancestry and history of relatives, and none of them were really into combative sports at all.
Okay.
So it's interesting how that came about. And so I'm like, I wonder where that came from. So I don't know.
That is fascinating. So, are they all like pacifists?
Possibly because of the fact that my mom's side of the family, they grew up in a Christian household, and
Okay.
my grandfather, he was a pastor, so he probably talked some of that sense into them, things like to not really engage in that type of behavior, which I understand, and I honestly like I respect that, because I'm not really trying to engage or trying to be like a thug or anything like out on the street.
Of course.
You know,
You're in a
hood down,
controlled
me.
place.
Yeah, no. So I never tried to use that for that reason either. I always tried to just do it because it was just straight for the passion. Like I just saw this as a new way of life, and I like to make sure that every single step that I take is measured. Every single step is measured, and it's stepping towards something.
Interesting. I thought that's why a lot of people got into martial arts is to, you know, have that self-defense, and you may never know, someone might come up and try to jump you, but it seems like you're
Right.
just doing it for the sport, right?
That's it. Yeah. Right. Just for the passion. That's it. That's all it is. And
Man,
then, yeah. And like I said, I like to be down to earth, and I like to try to see eye to eye with people, like everyone, no matter who it is, whether it's, someone living on the street or someone living on a hill. Like I'll still treat everyone the same. So it's not really like a difference there.
you're a humble man, that's for
Thank
sure.
you.
That's good on you, dude. In a way, you're like a golden boy.
Thank you. I just do my best every day.
Shoot.
So thanks, man. But I feel those vibes from you too.
So you got a sweetheart, a very passionate, and it's not necessarily like you're not necessarily trying to like engage into kind of bad things. You're honing your, I guess, powers only for good or for show, I guess, because people watch you fight, right? Or is it or
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
fights? Okay,
It's all for entertainment. So I understand that it's all showcasing for entertainment. So you have to entertain the audience, whether it's 100, 500. I think because I'm only I've only competed in the amateur ranks. It's only been a couple hundred. No, nowhere in the thousands or anything, but still enough to feel that energy.
okay.
And so yeah, so you feel that energy from the crowd.
I, I tried picturing myself in front of like a crowd because when I was younger, like 11, I got into like martial arts myself, and it was fun, yeah, but that wasn't for me for the long term. Um, but I gotta know, are you looking to get into like the bigger leagues, like I don't know, sports like UFC or something like that?
I was thinking about it. Yeah, maybe later down the line, maybe my later years down the line. I think right now because I've already built a pedigree in kickboxing. Now I was thinking about transitioning over to boxing, and maybe from boxing then I could transition over to like MMA and just put myself out there. Because really, at the end of the day, it's just about putting it all on the line. You have to really just take any sort of risk, but we minimize that risk by training hard, and you need it tough in training. Because if you don't have it tough in training, then comes time to perform and you're let short, then you know that in the fact that this is a reflection on me. It's not anyone else, not the fact
Of
that
course.
they're better than me or anything else, or they should think less of me. It's the fact that it comes down to me, what I put myself through.
Absolutely. And all of you trained hard to, get to that competition or wherever it is you guys are going. So it's like respect in a way, right?
Right. Yeah. Still mutual respect. Still mutual respect. You want to, as I said, I respect all my opponents. I don't really believe in mind games or manipulation in any sort of way. I like to just keep my head down and just focus and really just let these do the talking.
Absolutely. And you don't seem like the type of guy that's like, "Hi, you lost, you suck," type of thing, right?
Right. No, not at all. No.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
when you take a loss, how do you deal with that? How does that impact Joey?
I look at it as, so if I win, I win, and I still go back in the gym, train full effort just as I normally would any day. So in preparation or just in any other day during the week. And then if I lose, I'm still going to go in the gym every day and still train hard, and then just learn from what went wrong that night and how can I better myself. So if I want the same result, I'll perform the same way. But if I want a different result, I'll have to improve in that area to better and sharpen my skills, brush up on my skills a little bit more.
Okay. So you take that loss as a learning experience to, okay, I did this wrong, or he did this, try to, I guess, conform to what has happened and try to change it up.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely, and I take it. I don't really see it as like a chink in someone's armor or anything. And some people may see it as, well, he's lost to this guy, so he's chinny or he's weak. He doesn't have what it takes. But it really, I have like different viewpoint on that, being that we may have encountered that loss, but at the same time, it's like we still are able to pick ourselves up from that loss and then still, put it all on the line against that same opponent the next time. So whether you came out on top or not, really it's a sign of strength because you're picking yourself up and you're still here competing, you're still fighting.
Yeah, and that shows like true passion into what you're doing too. And that should gain some respect towards you because you showed your face again saying, I didn't give up. I'm still in this. I'm still gonna kick ass.
Right, yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just like I never really like to I don't let other people's opinions, direct me where I'm going to go. Like I've always just been, you know what, it really just comes down to proving it to myself. Because if I'm capable of overcoming this, then why not try to overcome it? Like, and put that into reality. And so once I make that a reality, then I actually go through with how I plan to overcome it. Then the self-accomplishment, that's actually the best joy you can get, in my opinion.
I love that actually. I very much so resonate with what you're saying.
Thank you.
Because it feels good to do things for your own self instead of
Right,
other
exactly.
people.
Right. Because like I said, then you don't want to lose vision on where you're going.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah.
And you are the one experiencing the life, so you feel the feelings, not the other people.
Right, exactly.
So I'm gonna touch base on that, but in regards to like feeling bad, have you ever had days where it just like dwelled on you, where it was just heavy? Like, I mean, I guess everyone has those types of days, but what do you do to like maneuver through those days? Is there anything specific, or what is it that you do?
Mm, I think it really just comes down to just accepting defeat, accepting the loss and what happened. So when it's happened to me, I've taken a loss. I've taken, several before, and just embrace it. Got to get out, get some fresh air. I'm still here. I'm still alive. No one's forcing me to do anything, be anywhere. And really, you reflect on it, and then you just look, and then just comes to realize that, hey, I still believe I have what it takes. So it really just comes down to your inner belief. So I never doubted myself, even after taking those losses. I just knew that there was just other areas I can improve on. And then so going into the gym, improving all those areas, that was the only way that I knew that I can get through it.
Dude, that was beautiful. It cut off for me for a sec, but it cut back into like that like end part and like a wave of like butterflies and like this joy came to me. I was like, that right there, like you said, accept it, and then oh my god, dude, I swear you have like a way of speaking that just like touches me in like I guess like spiritual ways, but I'm weird like that.
Oh, that's okay. Good. I'm glad I can help inspire you like that. I take inspiration from other people also. Everyone.
That's good right there. Who
Yeah.
inspires you? Who motivates you?
I would have to say, definitely Bruce Lee. He's like one of my top ones.
Legend.
I have to say, yeah, legend. Jean-Claude Van Damme, another one. He's like this
There's that
action
name again.
star. Yeah, he's an action star in the '90s, but he was such a talented martial artist. Let's see. I would have to say also my grandmaster too, Grandmaster Flaherty,
Okay.
because he's like really shown the passion in the arts, and he's always trying to just help and push his students further on to become instructors and then pass that knowledge on. So he's looking more towards the longevity of the art, which I respect. And definitely, I would say Muhammad Ali.
Oh, another
So
legend.
yeah.
Okay. Shoot, that's sweet. Like your grandmaster. That's not the guy from the boxing gym, right? That's a different.
Different guy. Yeah, he's
Okay.
my karate and kickboxing instructor.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
want to mix them up. My fault.
yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
That's interesting. And I remember asking you this too. Um, you said you read the autobiography of Bruce Lee, and
Yeah, documentaries. Yeah, of Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, and how not only were they like talented in action, but also how like they wanted to like shape and better the world outside the ring also. So I was like, they did so much for society. So I was like, oh, I commend them for that.
okay, and we all know Muhammad Ali. He had that like the kind of mindset you have right now, where you're just like trying to level yourself up. And Bruce Lee, I don't know too much about him. I just know that like that water thing, be like
Yeah,
water
be
type
like
thing.
water. Yeah, that's it.
And I guess I did see a movie of his, but I do know he invented some things in martial arts. Um, shoot, where was I going? I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. So that mindset of like continually bettering yourself, did that stem from the martial arts game, or is that just like a personal thing, or where did that come from?
I would say it was just embedded in me to be that way. Like I just seem like because you go through so much trials and tribulations growing up. And luckily I was blessed to go through my trials and tribulations early on. And then from all those errors I went through, I felt like, the only way I can get through and move forward is just moving forward. So going through all those trials and errors. And once I reached the point where I just figured out that, hey, the only way to get through all this is I have to see what's coming next, what's in front of me. And so you don't really, I learned you don't really dwell on the past, because then you keep on dwelling on the past, then that's what kind of sets you back. So vision is important, and making sure that you're actually making steps and progress towards all your objectives. And so those were the two key things I saw, that as soon as I started progressing forward and I started not looking back, and I started to just keep that mindset of wanting to level up and just showcase levels and levels of ambition and determination, that's what got me through everything. I was like, okay, so this is probably how my life's going to be.
That's dope.
So I was like, yeah.
So vision, don't look back, have goals, and I guess in a way this kind of stems to like what you said earlier about the bone thing. You gain strength from those little things that come at you, and you just gain strength.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool how this ties together. So it's not just a physical thing, it's also a mental thing.
Right. Correct. In fact, it might even be a little more mental, because in order for your body to physically move forward, you have to mentally be set.
Can you further explain? I'm fascinated.
Sure. So in the back of your mind, if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough, I don't know if I can be here, I don't know if I can perform that well tonight, then your body is going to shut down, and you're going to get nerves, you're going to feel jitters, and you're not going to want to perform at your optimal level. But if I tell myself, I'm meant to be here, I'm ready to perform, I'm ready to showcase my best elite level worth of skills, then you're at that point where I know that I'm meant to be here. So your body's going to follow. And then that's how you have those two different mindsets. So really, there are two sides of the spectrum. You just have to make sure when it comes fight night that your mind is in the right place before you compete.
So affirmations really work.
Big time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, shoot. So,
So yeah, have you ever done any positive affirmations for yourself?
I do actually, not like on a consistent basis, but every now and then I do affirmations to like get myself out of the old funk and to like go into like this new loop, which is what I call um, it. It's not like those basic like I am great type of affirmations. It's like um, more catered to me, that makes sense to me, that resonates with my whole mind, body, and soul. Where I say I'm like rich, my body feels like this doesn't feel right. That's not right. Or instead, I say something like I'm gradually getting rich day by day, and that feels a little bit better.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's more rewarding for you.
Absolutely, and it's
Yeah.
believable too because if I say I'm gradually getting rich, it doesn't matter what I'm doing as long as I'm actually like working a job, whether it's a 9 to 5, being a business owner, or freaking I don't know, selling drugs or whatever.
It
Like if I'm making money, I am gradually getting rich.
is, yeah.
So let's see. Unbelievably, you're in your 30s. Any advice? Any advice
Thank
for
you.
someone like myself in their 20s?
I would just say make sure that you first you have a vision on where you want to go in life, and you have certain standards that you're trying to meet for you personally. And I would just say as long as you have that vision, you know which way to go, and you have those objectives to direct you on where you're going to go.
Okay.
And as long as you have those two, and regardless of other people's opinions or standards, as long as you keep sight on where you want to go, then that's how you will feel that self accomplishment. So I would just say, yeah, you just have to keep discipline, keep that strength, keep that ambition, which you seem very ambitious already. So I think you have what it takes.
Absolutely. And I believe we all do. We all have this certain drive, but we just don't know where to drive to, you know?
Right, that's it. So directions are important,
Absolutely.
which is, I think that's why it's good to set those standards or objectives that you wanna reach, whether it be for the year, whether it be for the week, anything.
Okay. And obviously, a vision isn't a true vision without finding yourself because you're just kind of living someone else's dream when you don't know what you want personally.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you never know if that person's trying to direct you where they want you to be, because you have to direct yourself where you want to be. Because you have to remember, you never know how some people are and how they may be, and they may be trying to direct you a certain life where they want you to be, and but you're not going to be where you want to be. So at the end of the day, that's why it's important to go where you want to
Dude, that was fucking golden. I Oh my god, dude. I swear. Okay.
go.
So last thing, what's something that we can do, something actionable that we can start implementing today that can help us improve our life or get the physique you have or like the mentality you currently have?
Or to say just one thing at a time, gradually. And whether that be setting these minor goals first, and then through those minor goal accomplishments, then you can set up for the long-term goals. So kind of, you want to set it up to where they're reachable, but not to where they're impossible.
Okay. That's dope. So it's not too overwhelming what you said. It's
Yeah,
literally just do small steps and then you'll eventually get to the bigger stuff.
right, exactly.
Dude, Joey, I swear. Uh, this is the
Thank
second
you.
time doing this and I'm feeling the same way again. It's the
Good. Thank you.
jitters, the good stuff and
Good. Thank you.
but
Relax, man. Thank you.
dude, thanks for coming on again. I very much so appreciate you. And for the people that are still watching to this point, check out Joey on Facebook and Instagram, for sure Instagram. is dope right there for sure, for sure.
Thank you.
And hit him up too for nutritional services or for training, because
Absolutely anything.
dude,
I can supply it all. I supply the blueprints for it all.
dude, I very much so appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much, dude, and for sharing all these gold nuggets and your mindset. Dude, thank you so
Of
much.
course. No problem. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Appreciate you.